Hey, I'm Joel Wanasek. I'm a mixer and the co-founder of NailTheMix.com, the coolest place to learn how to mix music on the entire internet. And today we're going to do another Sleep Token song since you've been requesting it over and over and over and over again. Everybody's talking about Sleep Token right now. You ask, I give you Sleep Token. We're going to do the song Granite today. And again, this is mixed by Carl Bown, who absolutely demolished this mix and did a phenomenal job. This album is on fire. So let's dig in, see what the fuss is about, and break down this mix. Here we go. Okay, this is kind of a cool dynamic what's going on here. So you've got some background synths, you've got a bass synth. The bass synth is actually pretty loud. Listen to the volume of the bass synth versus the, we'll call it like the melodic synth at the top. The kick drum is very thinned out. It's like a soft knock and it's a clap, obviously done intentionally. You kind of give it like a more of like a beat vibe instead of like a real drum vibes. Listen to that. A lot of the energy in this mix so far, other than the melodic elements, because it's laid back, it's coming from that bass synth. It's got a lot of movement in it. It's really pushing some subs. If you got a good system, you can hear it. And it feels pretty good. Everything is kind of rolled off, meaning it's on the warm side, just like the mix that I had done recently. And, you know, it sounds good. It feels good. It's got a cool, mysterious ambience to it. So let's pay attention to the vocals now. Just somebody always destined to meet. I see you go half blind when you're looking at me. So I like the stack. You've got a high vocal, you've got a low octave in there, right? You can hear those two together, so pay attention to that. It almost sounds like there's a vocoder on the top vocal. There definitely is. All right, this is a cool change in dynamic here because the vocal level kind of stays where it stayed at the last part. Like it hasn't gotten too much louder, but the beat comes in and the music hits here and the music gets a lot louder. So first off, listen to this kick drum. It's super fast. And listen to the length of it, meaning the sustain. It's like doom, you know, it's got a lot of space. And remember that bass synth was holding it down earlier and had all the sub. Now the kick is below that and giving it that extension. So feel how that's kind of driving some power into this. I like how it's got a very fat bottom to it. Again, this whole record is mixed kind of like that, where it's, you know, not super bright. It's kind of on the dark side. It's kind of on the fat and warm side. And I think that's good because, again, this is like a very, very atmospheric kind of band. They have a lot of cool atmospheres and a lot of textures and a lot of like really deep synths and things like that that are planted in the stereo spectrum, you know, the front to back, you know, in terms of like the depth, the left to right, the top to bottom. And all of that stuff, if this mix was too hyped or too bright, I feel like it wouldn't shine as much. So the way that this is mixed, I really like it because it's kind of chill. It's kind of mysterious. Like it fits the branding and the imaging of this band. Here they brought in some additional keyboards in the mid-range. Again, not super bright, but just listen how it adds a little bit of upper mid. Tons of vocal layers too here. I like how the vocals are not super loud. You know what I mean? They're kind of mixed like a metal band, meaning the vocals are not like a pop band where it's like super loud. You know what I mean? So vocals are kind of back, but they're really thick with a lot of layers and a really nice long ambience. So pay attention to the reverb and delay effects on the voice. You can hear a lot of harmony in there, vocoder, a lot of ambience. You know, there's a lot of vocal stacks going on. And then, like I said, contrast that in the bottom, you've got this really fat pushing kick drum that kind of gives it like a bit of a bounce. I like the bit crust drum. Bring in the risers, here we go. All right, we just went full metal. So kick and snare drum, listen to that. Kick drum has a lot of sub to it, super spiky though on top, and the kick drum matches the kick drum. Let me pull it back here. Listen to the bottom of the kick. Different kind of length, but listen to the amount of bass. It's kind of got the same sub push. It's not too far off, and if it didn't, the mix wouldn't gel, meaning it wouldn't grow properly. A lot of ambience on the cymbals there. You can hear that, and the room mics brought up, which is nice because if you listen to like the claps, the snaps, again, everything is ambient, right? And getting a mix to gel like this, you need all of those ambient textures to line up. If the drums are super dry sounding and you've got all these ambient synths and stuff built in, it's not going to sound right. So he's mixed the heavy drums to fit in with the rest of the song, which is definitely the move. Guitars sound really heavy. You know, they're definitely kind of back, very not bright sounding, like they're just dark. And again, the vocal here is not mixed that loud. The kick drum is louder than the vocal. Listen. Which is good because it's a consistent theme across this song. And that's what really makes good mixing. Like, as a listener, you may not notice it because you're not a mixer, but you may feel it subconsciously. Like suddenly if you have a part of the song where like the vocals are kind of on the, I don't want to say undermixed side, but like undermixed compared to like say radio rock or like pop music and stuff like that. So, you know, so they're kind of just sitting there and you're getting a lot more music. And then all of a sudden the vocals jump up super loud on a part. It's going to feel disconnected. Like the mix isn't going to gel. You know, it's not going to tell a cohesive story. So I like that artistic decision in this from a mixing point of view, and I think it works and it sounds fantastic. All right, carrying on. I mean, yeah, this is a really awesome mix. He hit it out of the park. It checks all the boxes. You know, everything is really, really cohesive in this, well thought out, well orchestrated, program produced. Everything is very, very, very well done. It's a really cool song. I think this is actually probably my favorite Sleep Token song that I've heard to date. I like it. I also listen to a lot of pop music, so I like all like the electronic textures and things like that. And it's pretty cool. So let me know what you think of this mix below in the comments. And of course, if you got anything that you want me to break down here on this channel, if you want to learn how to mix, you head over to nailedthemix.com. There's doing plenty of mixing content on my TikTok and Instagram. That's at Joel Wanasek. And please, if you enjoy this type of content, click the like, subscribe, and notification bell because we do all kinds of different things in this channel, not just mix reacts. Thank you so much for watching and happy mixing, everybody.